I'm here because I am a roaring lion crying out righteousness.
Peace and blessings, everyone. I am Gold Vestal Esther Butler, and I have the wonderful honor of presenting to you our commencement speaker. I've known Elizabeth for going on 22 years now, so basically since the diapers. We've been through a lot together. We've seen friends go, we've seen friends stay, and through it all, you've stayed with me. We love that. But the one thing about Elizabeth that you all should know is that Elizabeth doesn't like to be in the front of the crowd. She preferred to coast in the back. But the one thing about her that's more important to that is that everything she says, everything she does is invaluable. You can't put a price on it. And when she does give you the honor of speaking to you, whatever she says to you is truly gonna bless your life and get you through something that you probably didn't even know you were going through, or she didn't know you were going through. So I want you all to really, and students especially, she has some truth that she's going to drop on you all today. I want you all to really open your hearts and listen, not listen just to respond, but listen to understand and receive everything she has to say. So without further ado, it's your time, girl. Come on, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Esther, for your introduction. Peace, everyone. My name is Elizabeth, and I am an alumna of Atlah High School, class of 2016, with my bachelor's from Berkeley College and my master's degree from New York University. And I'm here to bring the commencement speech. I wasn't that surprised when I was told I was going to be the speaker this year. Funny enough, last year I already had some things jotted down if I ever were to speak. So I was just waiting for that moment, and here we are. But I am honored to have the privilege of speaking to you today. I'm even especially honored and happy because my little brother is graduating and going to college. I am extremely proud of you, Gabriel. But I have to say, in addition to being honored, I'm a little terrified. Is it because of the public speaking? I would say that contributes like 5% to it, but there's another thought that was running through my head. What am I going to say to you, the students, parents, and everyone else listening? What can I say? I know that these speeches are always uplifting and motivational, and it will be, I hope, but I never thought I would be the one presenting to you. Yeah, I know I said I had a feeling I was going to give the speech, but when I think of someone giving a speech such as this, I feel as if they're very successful all around, something I don't particularly consider myself. But the funny thing is that this is actually one of the few times that I took the time to reflect and reminisce on my educational journey. And I realized that I was looking at success a little wrong. My struggles led me to my success. And I can honestly say it was a struggle. To make it less dramatic, my journey wasn't ideal. There were a lot of external and internal factors that were affecting the overall process of me looking for colleges to apply to, and honestly, I lost sight of what I wanted to do. At one point, I would even say I lost motivation to even apply. Which brings me to my first piece of advice. Take the time to find your passions and cultivate them. As long as it resonates with you and you're happy with learning more about it, it will help the school hunting process feel less tedious. But nevertheless, not going to school wasn't an option. So I scrambled myself into a college I wasn't particularly interested in, chose a major that kind of felt like me, and did pretty well, if you don't mind me saying. During my time there, I kept a pretty high GPA, and in return, I received honor awards, which is surprising because my high school grades were decent. Nothing horrendous, but by any means, but I just did good enough to coast by. The teachers of Atlah always told me I could do great things, and I heard them, but I didn't believe in myself. So I did just enough that I wouldn't have awful grades, But like clockwork, at every parent-teachers conference, it was, Elizabeth's grades are okay, but we know she can do better. Rinse and repeat. At that time, I felt like that was all I could do. High school in itself was a struggle, but my success is that I graduated on time despite them. It's the little victories. However, when I went to college, I wanted to do better and knew somewhere deep down I could do better. The teachers here saw it in me, so why not give it a try? If at first you don't succeed, try again. As I mentioned before, I did pretty well. I finished in 3 years because I wasn't trying to be there for 4 because how long their semesters were, and I graduated Magna Cum Laude. Which brings me to another point. Celebrate every victory, no matter how insignificant it may seem to you. I'm pretty sure some of the members vaguely recall some of these achievements because it wasn't made known to them until I graduated from that college. I'm also sure my parents had to secretly scrounge up my certificates and awards and give it to pastor themselves. It's not that I didn't care about it, but I had such low confidence that when it happened, I didn't feel anything. And so I just kept going. But I'm reiterating, looking back at where I failed myself, celebrate every single victory.
That's right.
You made it to that 8 a.m. class on time? Celebrate. Passed your test exceptionally well? Celebrate. You are making these things happen. You have the right to celebrate it. And please come back and tell the people, the teachers especially, who helped you your victories. They will make you feel like $1,000,000 and a kid again when they say, see, I knew you had it in you. You just had to apply it to yourself. My high school self can breathe now. I won't bother you too much with my graduate school journey because honestly, I don't remember much since it was blindsided by a pandemic, but I essentially struggled with the same issues when I was an undergrad. I also remember experiencing imposter syndrome, feeling like I didn't belong or shouldn't be there. Overall, I was very self-conscious at my presence at NYU. I would like to express some sentiments to you and ultimately things I would say to myself at that time. First off, students, when you get to that point in your journey, pat yourself on the back. It is a victory in itself. You graduated with your bachelor's, which is no small feat. Undergraduate school, you still have your parents to lean on, as they're still involved to an extent, but graduate school, it's all on you. And if you get into a graduate school and do well, celebrate. No matter at what point you are in your college journey, you belong at that place. You didn't get in by favor or a scam. Your grades and hard work put you there. Never feel out of place. Never feel like you don't belong because you do. It's going to be difficult, but you are trained to toughen up when the roads get a little bumpy. Take a step back, breathe, and get back into it. Trust me, there are many times I cried typing my papers because it felt like it wasn't going to end. Sometimes you get back into it with tears in your eyes, but you showed up, and that's what matters. Bringing your A game has different faces. It may not be an actual perfect grade, but it's giving your all into whatever you have to do. It's you doing your best. You know the saying, give it the old college try. That means giving your sincere efforts despite the difficulty and showing up when you didn't want to. You pushed yourself. And no, I didn't forget those who are so close to graduating high school and those who are not so close but still think about it. Or maybe you go to middle school or high school and are nervous all the same. Celebrate the fact that you're here and you made it no matter what grade you're going to. Through the days where you didn't think you were going to make it or were simply tired of school, and don't feel bad because I was right there with you at one point. But celebrate the fact that you pushed through that feeling and you're sitting here, moving to the next level. The teachers play a hand at helping you succeed, but at the end of the day, you have to keep going. You have to show up, and show up you did. So celebrate that victory. I am a work in progress. I am a successful work in progress.
Amen.
I have completed undergraduate and graduate school, and I'm proud of myself. It is not... It is not the end of my journey, but I can finally say out loud, I'm proud of myself. don't forget to show up for yourself too. Peace.